So that did not go as expected at all. Apparently, the warden is actually a toughie, and I had no idea. So we will try that again at some point. But we did manage to get Swift Sneak, which is what I was kind of going there for in the first place. Although this, I don't know if this actually feels very fast, but we've got it anyway. And we also got another armor trim, so I'm hoping to collect all of the armor trims. Anyway, for the time being, I'm going to repeat what we've done here on the opposite side here, and then start fumbling my way through the next bit, I believe. I've added in a bit of a design for what the sort of grass is going to look like, I suppose. As you can tell, we're going for a very dead theme. I have also tried something else slightly different, and I've put some of that skulk gunk on the magma blocks there just to see if I like that. It looks okay from a distance. Not sure. It kind of just takes the edge off of the orange a little bit, so not 100% on that. We are definitely going to be continuing on this today. We're going to get both edges done and sorted, but I actually want to sort of continue the theme of decorating the floor around the area first, and we're going to be working right here. And there we have tree. I think the tree looks quite cool, actually. It's my first like custom tree for a very long time, and obviously we're going for the pale garden look here. We've got a mixture actually of acacia wood, the pale oak logs, and the branches are made up of tuff themselves. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way that this looks. There is one more touch I want to add to this to see if I can illuminate it a little bit without taking away too much from it. And that is going to be with this block here called Glow Lichen. So if we add this at night time, it should add a little bit. Is it at night time? I don't actually know. I am literally making that up. But with a little bit of luck, it can add a little bit of illumination for us because God knows we need it. I need to climb. Just get some of it about the place. I don't actually know if this is farmable or if you literally need to just find it out in a cave somewhere, but I do not know. Just gonna chuck a couple of them there and put that there. So yeah, that's cool. We got a tree. So I wanted to try out the warped stem to see what that looks like in this setting, and actually I quite like that. And now my temptation is to completely cut out these magma blocks and swap over to that warped stem. So let's do that. Yeah, I like that. I actually prefer that, I think, to the magma blocks, which then means I need to rework this out because we can't use the gilded blackstone. That's going to look really weird. Maybe we're just literally going to use stripped warped stem. As an overall thing, I think we're starting to look pretty decent here. I need to work on that central tower. Needs to go back and go up a bit more, and think that that should wind up filling us out. We then need to actually build backwards into the mountain, and this really is just going to be a facade. Oh well, we don't want to lose them. Like literally, we are going to have a walkway that comes through the back here, and it's just going to be a hallway that's going to lead us into the mountain. So all of this is going to stretch back into the mountain, and you're not even going to see any of this. This is still going to be grass back here. At least that's the plan at the moment. It's all subject to change. So our next real job is to think about framing a little bit, because, you know, I've built that tree and it's completely blocked our build off. And you got to sort of think about where people are realistically going to be viewing things from. Now, it's not blocked off enough that it doesn't have the interest still there. I think my initial plan, this tree held stronger ground, but I actually think the location we are going to be viewed from the most is going to be from this shopping district here, which means that actually the framing of that tree is fine. Things that I need to try to now avoid is completely blocking off our neighbor Rat Dog. We want to make sure his stuff is still viewable, and we want to sort of be able to merge and complement what's going on, which, you know, for me kind of requires a little bit more knowledge of what's going on there. Well, I actually know exactly how far out his walkway is going to come, so I'm going to try and find a way to take this sort of enchanted forest that we're building and use it to sort of complement his build as well, and sort of frame his build through it, which should be pretty cool because you want things viewable from everywhere, right? But I think that's kind of what I want to sort of look at working on a little bit. In the background, I'm going to be digging away and organizing where this actual storage system's going to sort of work. I mean, essentially what's going to happen is you're going to go into a room there, and then you're going to wind up underneath here. So that's that plan, and that should look pretty cool. So this is what we've got: a dying and withering willow tree. And that is going to be the symbol for the next area we're actually going to work on here. I'm really quite happy with this design. I think maybe I might need to drag some of the decaying down a little bit more and sort of splatter it a little bit. Not much, just a little bit. But I worry that that might be a bit too much. But that contrasted break is quite strong actually. But yeah, this is going to wrap us up for this episode. So I feel like we've got through a decent amount actually. We've, you know, extended on the main build itself. We've expanded the idea a little bit and taken it in a slightly different direction by Hello. Oh god, no. Yes, so we've expanded the idea a little bit by changing the magma blocks out for the warped planks. We've built this pretty cool dead tree. We took on the deep dark and absolutely failed at it. And we've set up the area that we're next going to work on, which I'm actually quite excited for this one. I think I've got a pretty decent idea, and it's actually going to sort of start tying us into the next parts of the builds and everything. I need to dig this area out. I've made a good sort of start and a good attempt on it, but ultimately our entire storage system is going to be under here, and the whole gothic build thing is going to take a really strong pause if I don't start getting this sorted and digging. I don't have all the time in the world on my hands, so digging can take a little while. At any rate, with all of that being said, I absolutely digress. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I've really enjoyed coming up with these builds for this, actually. That one I'd already designed. I think you can sort of tell when you watch the time lapse that I'd already designed it. Same with this, actually. These were like the last couple of bits I had left over, although that was absolutely not there originally. The whole sort of plan has changed as time has progressed. So yes, just a sneak peek. Look how much is going on.